Chapter 1, The Enchanted Poppet in the Heart of the Mystical Realm of Eldoria. A company of adventurers embarked on an extraordinary quest. This diverse group consisted of Pippin, the Shooney rogue with a penchant for mischief, Zara, the Tiefling warlock with an eerie charm, Eloan, the half-elf ranger, attuned to the rhythms of nature, and brother Alaric, the stalwart human cleric devoted to the gods. Their journey began in the bustling city of Arcaneth, where rumors of a legendary artifact, the Amethyst Heart, had drawn them together. A relic said to hold immeasurable power, it was believed to be hidden deep within the enchanted Whispering Woods. The sun's gentle rays broke through the ancient trees as they ventured into the forest, its leaves whispering secrets as they rustled in the breeze. Pippin, always one for pranks, couldn't resist teasing Zara. "Zara, do you think your infernal charm can keep the forest spirits at bay?" Zara smirked, her crimson skin contrasting with the lush greenery. "They'll find me irresistible, Pippin." Eloan, ever watchful, noticed a peculiar sight on the forest floor, a delicate poppet doll, its porcelain features bearing an uncanny resemblance to Pippin. "Look what we have here," Eloan said, her elven eyes narrowing. "A poppet doll. This is no ordinary forest find." Brother Alaric examined the doll, his fingers tracing the intricate stitching. "Indeed, this appears to be enchanted. It may hold a clue to our quest." As he held the doll, it sprang to life in his grasp. Tiny, painted eyes blinked, and a tiny voice emerged. "Greetings, travelers. I am Tamsin, the guardian of these woods. I sense your quest for the Amethyst Heart. To prove your worth, you must undertake 3 trials, the trial of bravery, the trial of wit, and the trial of harmony." Zara raised an eyebrow. "Trials? Seems like the forest has a mind of its own." Tamsin nodded, her miniature form floating gently above Alaric's hand. "Only those who pass these trials shall be granted passage to the Amethyst Heart. Are you ready to begin?" The adventurers exchanged resolute glances, their purpose unshaken. "We accept," Eloan declared. Tamsin's delicate strings guided her as she led the way deeper into the Whispering Woods. As they ventured forth, each step brought them closer to their destiny, and the trials that awaited them would test not only their skills but also the bonds that held them together. Chapter 2, The Trial of Bravery. The forest grew denser as the group followed Tamsin's ethereal form deeper into the Whispering Woods. Twisted vines hung low, and the ancient trees seemed to press in on them like silent spectators. As they walked, the atmosphere grew thick with an unnerving tension. Pippin couldn't help but voice his unease. "This place gives me the creeps. How are we supposed to pass this trial of bravery?" Tamsin's tiny voice resonated around them. "The first trial will test your courage in the face of fear. You must enter the Cave of Shadows, where your deepest fears will take form. Conquer them, and you will be one step closer to the Amethyst Heart." They reached a gaping black cave entrance, its maw seeming to devour the sunlight. Eloan's keen eyesight detected faint, ghostly whispers of movement within. "Inside this cave, your greatest fears will manifest," Tamsin explained. "Only by confronting and overcoming them will you progress." Zara hesitated, her normally confident demeanor faltering. "This better be worth it." With Tamsin hovering before them, the group ventured into the abyss. Darkness swallowed them whole, and the cave's interior twisted into a labyrinth of shifting shadows. Whispering voices echoed off the walls, growing louder and more menacing. Then, it began. The cave came alive with their fears. For Eloan, it was a haunting vision of her beloved forest in flames, ravaged by an unseen foe. Tears welled in her eyes as she pushed forward, determined to save her home. Pippin's fear took shape as a towering, grotesque figure, a spectral manifestation of all the consequences his pranks might one day bring. He clung to Zara's hand, his courage bolstered by her presence. Zara faced a phantasmal reflection of herself, consumed by dark magic and surrounded by a swirling maelstrom of chaos. She struggled to maintain control over her warlock powers, but with Pippin's encouragement, she fought to regain her composure. Brother Alaric's fear was deeply personal, a nightmarish vision of his church crumbling to ruins. He pressed onward, faith in his heart unwavering. Amid their trials, they communicated, offering support and encouragement. Eloan's bow struck true, quenching the fires in her vision. Pippin and Zara's combined efforts dispelled the looming spectre, and Zara learned to master her inner turmoil. Brother Alaric's unwavering faith manifested a divine light that illuminated their path. The cave's malevolent whispers were silenced, replaced by the soothing voice of Tamsin. "You have conquered your fears, proving your bravery. You may proceed." Emerging from the cave of shadows, the adventurers wore exhaustion on their faces, but their spirits burned brighter than before. They knew that each challenge brought them closer to the coveted Amethyst Heart, and with renewed determination, they followed Tamsin deeper into the Whispering Woods, ready to face the next trial on their journey. Chapter 3: The Trial of Wit. As the adventurers ventured deeper into the Whispering Woods, the canopy overhead grew denser, casting eerie, shifting shadows on the forest floor. They walked in silence, pondering the nature of the second trial, the trial of wit. Tamsin's melodious voice echoed around them. To prove your wit, you must solve the riddle of the eternal Sphinx. It guards the path to the Amethyst Heart. They entered a clearing dominated by an enormous stone statue of a majestic sphinx. Its leonine body perched regally upon the forest floor, its eyes gleaming with arcane knowledge. Zara approached the sphinx cautiously. What's the riddle, then? The sphinx's voice boomed, reverberating through the woods. I have keys but open no locks, I have space but no room, you can enter, but not go inside. What am I? Eloan furrowed her brow, pondering the riddle. It's a tricky one. A riddle within a forest within a riddle. Pippin scratched his head. I've heard this one before, but my mind's like a sieve. Anyone remember the answer? Brother Alaric closed his eyes, deep in thought. It's a book. A book has keys, pages, and you can enter its world, but you can't physically go inside it. The Sphinx's eyes twinkled with approval. Correct, human. You have solved the first riddle, but more challenges await. The ground beneath them rumbled, and the stone forest floor shifted. A labyrinthine maze of stone walls and hedges rose from the ground, surrounding them. The adventurers exchanged bewildered glances. Pippin grinned mischievously. Oh, I get it. Another puzzle. We need to find our way through this maze to the next riddle. But this maze was unlike any they had encountered. It seemed to shift and change with every step, leading them in circles. Phantom illusions of dead ends confounded their progress, and eerie laughter echoed through the stone walls. Eloan sighed in frustration. This maze is alive, adapting to our every move. How are we supposed to solve this? The answer came from Zara, who had been silently studying the maze. It's not about finding the right path, it's about making one. Look closely at the walls, they are made of enchanted stone. I can sense a weakness in their structure. Using her eldritch powers, Zara weakened a section of the stone wall, allowing them to push through. The maze groaned, shifting once more as they moved forward. As they progressed, they encountered more riddles and obstacles, from deciphering cryptic runes to navigating a room filled with mirror images that seemed determined to trap them. Each challenge tested their intellect, teamwork, and resourcefulness. After what felt like an eternity, they reached the heart of the maze, a glimmering pool reflecting the starry sky above. The Sphinx stood before them, its eyes alight with wisdom. You have passed the trial of wit, the Sphinx declared. You are one step closer to the Amethyst Heart. Remember, the true path may not always be the one that appears before you. With newfound wisdom and determination, the adventurers left the maze behind, following Tamsin's ethereal form deeper into the Whispering Woods. The challenges grew more formidable, but they knew that the heart of the forest held the greatest mysteries, and they were determined to uncover them all. Chapter 4: The Trial of Harmony. As the group ventured further into the heart of the Whispering Woods, the mystical atmosphere deepened. The ancient trees, their branches intertwined like old friends, created a serene and otherworldly ambience. Birds with iridescent feathers sang in perfect harmony, and the air buzzed with enchantment. Tamsin's ethereal voice resonated through the tranquil surroundings. The final trial, the trial of harmony, will test the unity of your spirits. To reach the Amethyst Heart, you must align the elemental stones in the enchanted grove. Before them lay a grove with 5 stone pedestals, each adorned with a gem of different hue: earth, water, fire, air, and spirit. A gentle breeze ruffled their clothes as they approached. Pippin scratched his head. So, what's the catch here? Just arrange the stones? Sounds like child's play. But as Pippin reached out to touch the earth stone, the ground trembled, and the stone pulsed with life, refusing to be moved. The stones must be aligned according to the harmony of the elements, Tamsin explained. But be warned, any disruption will summon the guardians of the grove. Zara eyed the water stone with caution. And how do we know the order of harmony? Eloan looked around, noting the subtle signs of nature. Observe the surroundings. The river flows toward the fire stone, while the air stone's gem catches the light like a cloud. These are the clues. The group began to place the stones according to the natural harmony of the elements. But the process was far from simple. The stones resisted their efforts, shifting and shaking as they tried to find their perfect alignment. Brother Alaric, beads of sweat forming on his forehead, muttered a prayer to his deity. Guide our hands, O gracious gods, in this task of balance. Just as they thought they had succeeded, the ground trembled, and 5 elemental guardians manifested: a towering earth golem, a water nymph, a fiery salamander, an airy sylph, and a shimmering spirit guardian. The guardians spoke in unison, their voices like a chorus of nature itself. To prove your harmony, you must each best one of us in a test of skill. Pippin, feeling a mischievous spark, addressed the earth golem. I'll take the earthy fellow, let's see if I can dance through rock. The earth golem loomed over Pippin, its massive stone fists raised. Pippin's agility was put to the test as he darted and weaved, avoiding the golem's crushing blows. He used his nimbleness to scale the golem, searching for weak points in its stony exterior. Eloan nodded, drawing her bow to face the water nymph. I'll challenge the nymph, for I am at one with the waters. The water nymph conjured torrents of water, creating waves that threatened to drown Eloan. She used her ranger skills to find higher ground, her arrows striking true as she sought to disrupt the nymph's watery control. Zara's eyes glinted as she confronted the fiery salamander. Fire is my ally. I'll face the flames. The fiery salamander unleashed waves of scorching flames, and Zara's Tiefling heritage allowed her to resist the heat. She retaliated with eldritch blasts and cunning spells, struggling to extinguish the relentless flames. Brother Alaric, ever steady, approached the airy sylph. I'll take on the sylph. Air is the breath of life. The sylph summoned powerful gusts of wind, threatening to knock Brother Alaric off his feet. With a steadfast resolve, he called upon his clerical magic to create protective barriers, allowing him to advance through the tempest. Lastly, Seraphine, guided by Glim's nimble hands, addressed the shimmering spirit guardian. I'll face the spirit, for we share the connection of soul. The spirit guardian wove illusions and ethereal traps, testing Glim's puppeteer skills and Seraphine's ability to navigate the surreal. Glim's dexterity allowed him to guide Seraphine with precision, unraveling the guardian's illusions one string at a time. Each battle was a grueling test of individual strength, adaptability, and group coordination. The elemental guardians pushed the adventurers to their limits, demanding not only physical prowess but also mental acuity and the ability to adapt to the unpredictable. After what felt like an eternity of battling the elemental guardians, they emerged victorious, their breaths ragged but their spirits unbroken. The elemental guardians nodded in approval. You have found harmony within yourselves and the elements. The path to the Amethyst Heart is open to you. As the guardians receded, the adventurers felt a deep sense of accomplishment and unity. With the elemental stones aligned, they moved forward, guided by Tamsin, who led them to the heart of the Whispering Woods where the Amethyst Heart awaited, its radiance casting a dazzling glow upon their faces. Chapter 5: The Amethyst Heart. The adventurers, hearts still racing from their trials, followed Tamsin deeper into the Whispering Woods. The air seemed charged with an otherworldly energy, and the ancient trees whispered secrets of bygone ages as they approached their final destination. In a clearing bathed in soft violet light, they beheld the object of their quest, the Amethyst Heart. It hung suspended in the air, a mesmerizing gem pulsating with ethereal radiance. Its presence filled the grove with a soothing aura. Zara's eyes widened with awe. It's beautiful. Pippin, ever the rogue, couldn't resist reaching out toward the heart. So, how do we grab it without setting off any more trials? Tamsin, her tiny form aglow with reverence, floated closer to the gem. The Amethyst Heart is both a source of power and a guardian. To claim it, you must prove your intentions are pure, and your hearts are united. Eloan, her connection to the natural world deepening, stepped forward. We've come this far as a team, united in purpose and friendship. Our hearts are aligned. Brother Alaric nodded in agreement. Our quest has been about more than power or treasure. It's been a journey of growth, unity, and understanding. Zara, her fiery determination softened by the gem's radiant light, added, We've faced our fears, solved puzzles, and embraced the harmony of nature. Our intentions are sincere. Pippin chuckled, his roguish grin softened by the moment. Who would have thought a group like us could come together like this? I've learned more about trust than I ever wanted to. As they spoke, the Amethyst Heart responded, its light intensifying. It descended gently, coming to rest in the palm of Brother Alaric's outstretched hand. It pulsed with a reassuring rhythm, as if acknowledging the purity of their hearts, the grove filled with a harmonious melody, and the ancient trees swayed in approval. Tamsin's voice echoed around them. You have proven your worthiness. The Amethyst Heart now belongs to you. The adventurers exchanged heartfelt smiles, feeling the newfound power within their grasp. Yet, they understood that this power came with great responsibility. The Amethyst Heart held the potential to shape their world, for better or worse. Liloan, her voice soft but determined, spoke for them all. We will use this power wisely, to protect the balance of nature and uphold the values we hold dear. As they left the grove, Tamsin's form dissipated into a trail of glittering light, her purpose fulfilled. The Whispering Wood seemed to sigh in contentment, its ancient secrets shared with those who had proven their worth back in the city of Arcaneth. They presented the Amethyst Heart to the council, explaining their trials and the lessons they had learned. The council, wise and cautious, recognized the adventurers' sincerity and entrusted them with the safekeeping of the precious relic. With the Amethyst Heart in their possession, the adventurers departed, their bond stronger than ever. They knew that the heart's power was a force to be reckoned with, but with their unity and newfound wisdom, they were determined to wield it for the greater good. Their journey was far from over, and new adventures awaited on the horizon, but for now, they walked together, hearts in harmony with the world they had come to cherish.